5 minutes of exposition and narration. Then we have a flash forward into the future with a war going on. And then we have a fan service scene that was really out of place when it came to the way this episode was setting up the atmosphere. Now, this is my first impressions on episode 1 of Heavy Object. Now, I know this series is quite hyped up, and I know there is many Chibits that have told me to try this series out to see if I like it or not. So today, I'm here to bring all of you my first impressions of episode 1. Now, before I get into anything, I already know that the fan service scenes are anime original. I've already been told by a couple of the light novel readers that I talked to, they told me that the fan service scenes were not really in the light novel. So, once again, companies having to cater to people that love fan service because that's the only way they can sell series, because that's kind of how anime work in Japan, which is sad, but that's how it goes. What is the series about? What is, Heavy Object about? I walked into the series thinking it was just going to be a mech series, and for the most part, it is kind of what I expected, but also, I like the theme, and I do like the setting. Snow base and stuff. I like the way the entire area is snow and the way our characters are just in this cold environment. It's very different from the normal stuff you see every day when it comes to anime. For instance, usually it's set into a high school setting, in a city with Japan, different things like that. And I'm actually glad that Heavy Object is set in a different place compared to what we normally get. I think they're actually in Alaska in this episode. So if they are, holy shit. But when it comes to the setting, when it comes to the theme, I do like the theme, and the majority of the story is about these objects or these weapons that have been made that have changed war forever. These objects that have been made, which are called objects, kind of lazy in a way with the way the name was, done, but still, these objects, they are like a super weapon. They destroy anything, and there's really no need for regular combat anymore. You just need to send out these objects, and they can be used for all-purpose terrain. And that's kind of how the series is, going. Like, the entire point of the series is just these objects being used to conquer different territories, different, countries going against each other with these different objects. And then, judging by the way the title's called Heavy Object, I'm going to assume that's some form of different improved object that is a lot stronger than the normal generation of objects. Now that I've got that out of the way, the plot is very simplistic with this first episode. Like, it just sets up everything with the first 5 minutes, and that's kind of the main point you need to take from this episode. Like, the first 5 minutes is like, okay, here you go, here's the setting, here's the world, here's what you should expect from the series, and there you go. And then you have it to where at the end, it pops up with a flash forward with a war going on, and then, they lost the war. So the episode, when it came to the pacing, it felt very weird. Just how they used 5 minutes of the first part of the episode just for narration and telling the story, and then they flash forward at the end where, the characters, are already in the middle of a war and, like, everything's gone and destroyed. So, when it came to that, I don't know where they're trying to take this, because if I'm correct, Heavy Object's going to be, like, 24 episodes, 25 episodes, 23, somewhere around in there. There's going to be 20-something episodes, so it's probably going to be a slow-paced series unless they do a lot of light novels adapted, which I don't know how many light novels are out right now for Heavy Object, but if I had to assume, probably 9, 10, maybe 6, somewhere around in there is probably how many light novels are out for Heavy Object. And depending on how normal anime adapt, sometimes some anime want to adapt 3 to 4 light novels in 12 episodes. So it is a very good possibility that Heavy Object, if it does have fast pacing like normal light novel adaptations, it might adapt to maybe 7 to 8 volumes. But I don't know. We have yet to get that far in the anime series, so I can't really be a judge of that. Now, in terms of animation, animation's okay. I don't really have much to say about it. It's average animation that doesn't really stand out amongst everything I've seen in the past couple seasons, so not really much to comment on that. Music soundtrack, I like the music on the first part of the episode. Like, the music sounds really nice when it came with the narration stuff. Music definitely set the tone for the episode, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of the soundtrack in the future. Now, opening song, it's okay. Now, overall, I don't know if I will continue into episode 2 or not, like if I will review episode 2, because my first impressions of the first episode, it was cool, but it felt average, and also the fan service just the cringe I had on the fan service scene. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like, I know it's anime original, but I cringed so hard when I saw it. Like, this girl is sitting here suffocating. She's about to fucking die. She can't breathe. And this dude, our main character's like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to touch her breast. Oh my god. And I'm like, you fucking serious? You fucking serious? She's sitting there dying. She can't breathe. And you're worried about, oh god, I gotta touch her left tit. I just hope those anime original scenes don't become a reoccurring thing, because that killed the atmosphere of the episode for me. That really killed the atmosphere. Like, I liked the way it was going throughout majority of the episode, and then we got that, and I'm like, you fucking serious? You serious right now? Like, really? So, yeah, that's my first impressions of Heavy Object. Let me know your first impressions. How do you feel about the series? Are you going to continue watching it? Are you going to drop it? I don't know if I will review or talk about episode 2. It depends on how next episode is. But for now, it's okay. It's just average. That's all it is right now. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.